Beyond the Black Volta and trunk roads of northern Ghana, there is a little village called Damankumyele, where UNDP is helping to create jobs and empowering women by supporting an agro-processing facility. Amina says it's a lifeline. There is nothing like it for miles around here. And she simply wants to say thank you. UNDP is 50 years. It was formed in January 1966. Today, UNDP works in nearly 170 countries and territories, helping to achieve the eradication of poverty and the reduction of inequalities and exclusion.
For us at the UNDP country office in Ghana, this is definitely a very exciting moment as we join Ghana celebrate UNDP at 50 alongside global celebrations.
50 years is an important opportunity to reflect, to take stock of success and progress, and it's also an important opportunity to think ahead.
I certainly wish them all the best as they celebrate their anniversary, and I definitely wish them several more years of success as the world's premier development organization, working with the people of the world in different countries of the world to help us to achieve our goals and expectations, more importantly, to help the majority of our citizens live a much better life.
On behalf of the Government of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance, I wish to congratulate the UNDP on the occasion of their Golden Jubilee, the 50th anniversary. UNDP has collaborated very well with the Government of Ghana in its development agenda. We look forward to the continuing collaboration between us and UNDP in the localization and implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals so that the year 2030, nobody will have been left behind under the socio-economic development of Ghana or even the world at large.
Kenyase is a small, quiet farming town in the Ashanti region of Ghana. It is part of Ghana's rich forest belt that produces the country's main export crop, cocoa. Gaps between production, which is seasonal, has created a vital and financially viable opportunity to the town and farmers like Adwabonze. Adwabonze supplies a cassava to an association of women supported by UNDP who turn it into gari, the hugely popular grain sold all over the country. The gari from Kenyase number 3 is however special because the carbohydrate is fortified with soya beans, adding vital nutrient content.
Meni aje gale ni nti meni aje esanse gale no eboa me ne memma me kunu eni me busua nyina eboa ye nti e ma meni aje
UNDP at 50. This is also particularly important given that this comes at the wake of world leaders coming together in New York last fall to put in place the most comprehensive and ambitious sets of development goals that will deliver a better 21st century for everyone, leaving no one behind.
Mr. President, climate change is threatening the social and economic well-being not only of Fijians, but the people of small and vulnerable developing states the world over.
When UNDP was born in 1966, its raison d'etre was rooted in the UN Charter, which commits to high standards of living, full employment, conditions for economic and social progress and development for everyone. And therefore for us, it becomes crucial that we try to live up to this commitment. At that point in time, when UNDP was born, the then Secretary General, Utant, said that the new organization would put the United Nations on the front line on the war on want. This was emphasized a couple of decades later when then Secretary General Kofi Annan re-emphasized the need to win the war on want when he talked about the freedom of want.
Ghana, as part of one of the countries in Africa and West Africa, has benefited immensely from UNDP support in the past 50 years, and is for us worthy of celebrating UNDP in Ghana for the past 50 years.
In Ghana, UNDP signed its Standard Basic Agreement back in 1978. Since then, UNDP has worked assiduously alongside government, accompanying it in its transformation process in the quest to deliver better living standards for Ghanaians.
Odotobri Rural Bank at Jakobu in Ashanti region. Founded in 1983 and supported by UNDP, it is currently one of the most dynamic microfinance institutions in Ghana, making a positive impact on the lives of an ever-increasing clientele of low-income urban and rural dwellers. Mr. Baba Siaka Ahmed is the CEO.
UNDP came in 2003, but the actual financial support started in 2004. And it has helped this bank a lot in terms of outreach of our microfinance program, in terms of profitability from that sector. One, because they gave us, initially it was 50,000 Ghana cedis, which was 500 million then. And later, because of our performance, they added another 200 million, making it 70,000. And we have used it profitably. It's helping this bank a lot.
One critical area of UNDP support has been capacity building of the bank staff.
They train almost all our credit officers, all our branch managers, all our senior management.
Technical support from UNDP has also included sponsoring of study tours.
We went to Ethiopia, we went to Bangladesh. We learned a lot, especially what works over there and what doesn't work. So apart from the fact that this bank is doing well, the customers too are doing well.
Not far from Odotobri Rural Bank is a small town of Tripiase. Harriet Pepra is truly glad to have received financial support for her textile business.
Odotobri die, me de me ho ko wura mu die aboa me paa ye. Ti me ko so se me ko so matua me sika no na metua wi a o masan ama me biem ama ma atre ma adwumam. Se de be ya menya bia aboa me kunu ne me ma titiri ma school fees kura no. Senya sa we ya me de me ho ko wura mu ya na edin pa se menya sika kura tua me ma school fees.
A few yards down the same street is a palm oil production site run by Ama Osa.
Me starting there na me beji loan no mu dey come 5 million pe. Na etua bi e na me sa koyen na me gi 10 million. E 10 million e kire no na me kire kwasa o mo mam 20 million. O mo de maame.
The empowerment of women through microcredit schemes supported by UNDP has been immensely beneficial to Ama's business and livelihood.
Eduma no so me sa wo mu no. Asa tumpom ama me. Ama nikenika yesi hoi. Yes, so quick, I may it mean
From humble beginnings, Odotobri's record is now impressive, not least of all the significant increase of beneficiaries.
Yeah, you started with 20,000, now you have 120,000.
The UNDP has been involved in the promotion of tourism and culture. Indeed, the Central Regional Development Commission started very early in the day with support from UNDP. We, after that, had the castles in Cape Coast and Elmina declared as World Heritage Sites. And since then, they have been an important part of our country initiatives in promoting tourism.
In the small village of Kasaping along the main trunk road connecting towns in Bruahafel, The impact of deforestation, particularly on cocoa, is being reversed by a unique tree planting project supported by UNDP. Mr. Daniel Amponsa is a farmer who has witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of cutting down trees and losing tree cover.
Nanka nuyasem de nanka akuafo no empese yeti din kura if say now wo na wafu no wo ho na obi aba contractor bi aba se the concession no no obu nuya na se wafu ni ade enti no ma ye ne akura no ne empese nuya no kura be ma bi esi yafu na ye se no na sa na ye ni nyina sa na enim se sa da ache so be ma ye so awia bo aye so yekuku be sei.
Over the last 3 years, Mr. Amponsa has planted a variety of trees to provide a green cover against the direct rays of the sun.
Okay, that's a tray I say
na asase no eda ho mpan sa edua nuane ebi tse banche ebi na si ya mekura mu me wo banche na nka bodie nyina aka ho na bodie ne ntimi nyina enche kese na afi bayere sa na de titi koko ni fu no etrapa o fu no de etre de aye ye nko aye kadu sia na de afi na de me ye no so eno so bedru be se ikadu.
So my idea say the boy no more so more nka wedding dem to me do be so most my idea say e be moti ni agi ade we no mo gina so ma dua pa say yin so to ani baby abeto ani afa bia
UNDP has been truly supportive of this country's environmental development programs to be able to ensure that we are sustainably developing at the pace in which we want our people to develop. And this has been underpinned by their support in terms of the development of policies, programs, and projects in taking it. UNDP solely funded the Paris Agreement consultative process, the development of the intended national determined contributions as part of the annexure to the Paris Agreement, and supporting us in our roadshows to be able to show that we galvanize the larger segment of society and all stakeholders, including civil society, the private sector, the traditional authorities, in the implementation of the agreement that was signed in April in New York.
New Energy is a development organization based in Tamale, northern Ghana. Its main focus is promoting access to clean energy for improved livelihoods.
We've been working in this area for a long time, and our partnership with UNDP started since 2006. So we've been working with UNDP for the past 10 years.
One of the key projects funded by UNDP is New Energy's solar-powered irrigation system, irrigating 15 hectares of farmland and benefiting over 100 farmers. It is a raining season and parts of the farm are flooded. The land is waterlogged, but the solar panels that power the irrigation pumps come into view.
The purpose of this project was to create an opportunity for farmers who had abandoned irrigation because of high fuel costs to now have access to irrigating with a cheaper source of energy, which is the energy from the solar power systems. UNDP has invested a total of $700,000 in these investments, which we believe has impacted over 200,000 inhabitants in our project area.
The UNDP has always acted as either an initiator or a catalyst to speed up implementation of much needed projects. The refrigerator project, for example, had started as part of a national program of improving energy efficiency. But that project, UNDP served as a major catalyst and contributor. You know, when UNDP came in, we were able to access the GEF funds. $3 million, almost $3 million, which is very significant. UNDP also added its own contribution to the project. The renewable energy technology transfer project, for example, UNDP acted as an initiator, following the success of the first one, to go into supporting renewable energy. So UNDP has made two major roles, as an initiator and as a catalyst.
The SADC zone is really 54% of the landmass of the country. So planning it appropriately is really planning more than half the country. Master planning is the critical first objective of SADC. The second is to mobilize resources to finance this plan jointly with the government. And the third is to provide coordination services. UNDP supported us to map all the education facilities in the SADC zone, all the health facilities in the SADC zone, all the bridges in the SADC zone, run training for our fledgling GIS, Geographic Information Systems unit, to enable them have the capacity to continue to map. So we actually have perhaps the most comprehensive digital information in this country of any space. As I said, UNDP supported us to build our institutional presence across the SADC zone. So with their support, we've opened offices in Dambai for Volta region, in Kintampo for Brong-Ahafo region, in Tamale for Northern, in Bolgatanga for Upper East, and in Wa for Upper West region. So they provided us with equipment, including vehicles, that support our small teams in these offices to work closely with the regional coordination councils in delivering the SADC mandate.
Basically, after independence, and especially when we became a Republican state, there was a need to increase the number of African civil servants. And Nkrumah therefore embarked upon an Africanization of our public services. And they needed trained personnel. So UNDP stepped in to help establish an institution called the Institute of Public Administration, IPA, and brought in an expert, Pahat from India. Dr. Pahat was an Indian seasoned public service training personnel and was brought in to be the first head of the institution. And that was the beginning of GIMPA today. Of course, things have evolved. So UNDP helped Ghana to form the Public Services Training School, IPA, and led it by providing the technical personnel for it. And when it was sustainable, then it was taken over by Mr. Mamfi, who became the first Ghanaian head.
I worked for the National Development Plan Commission in 2001 to 2005. During that period, we were putting together the Ghana Poverty Reduction Strategy paper, the first one. I was, in my previous life, was a professor at Howard University. The government invited me to come and help them prepare that strategy paper. When you're doing development, it's only the visible things that people see. But the invisible ones, those that are very, very critical, very necessary.
UNDP is proud to have been a strong partner to the government of Ghana over the years, and we're really strongly encouraged by the support we've always received from the government of Ghana in pursuing a mandate to deliver to the people of Ghana.
Consistently, UNDP has been a great partner of development with the government and the people of Ghana. In particular, since the commencement of our democratic dispensation in 1992, UNDP has been at the forefront of helping the government to put together its development agenda. I remember very well the role UNDP played in the preparation of the Vision 2020 document. Also by helping the government to prepare the Ghana Poverty Reduction Strategy 1 and 2, which served as the basis of transforming the country eventually into a middle income status.
The contributions have been both general and specific. General in terms of helping us build our capacity to execute our mandate of planning and monitoring. Implementation is left with the ministries, departments, and agencies. So in terms of building our capacity, both in terms of training and resources and so forth. And this has been going on in a more pronounced way since the early 2000s when we started the implementation of the Ghana Poverty Reduction Strategy. And it's been continuing since then. And then more specifically, the contributions have revolved around, first, the Millennium Development Goals, and now the Sustainable Development Goals. We've been working very closely with them. In terms of the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals, we worked closely with UNDP to produce the progress reports, which were eventually submitted to the UN. And with respect to the Sustainable Development Goals, we've been working with them to integrate, we've been working with UNDP, that is, to integrate the Sustainable Development Goals into our National Development Framework, both with regards to the current medium-term plan, which is GSGDA2, Ghana Shared Growth and Development Agenda, and also situate them within our long-term national development plan, which we are working on. And it's been very cooperative, very fruitful.
At the Statistical Service, UNDP supported us in various ways. So we had a work program that we followed from year to year. And when others were not interested in supporting positions and vehicles, we got the support of UNDP, because at that time, the capacity of the Statistical Service was weak. At the census, we had also a lot of support. UNDP supported us to get the digitized maps from the South Africa's company, and also technical assistance in various ways.
In carrying out its work, UNDP has benefited largely from strong partnerships with its development partners, because we are a strong believer that cooperation is key and essential to development.
UNDP has been very monumental in transforming institutional capacities in terms of judicial capacity, capacity towards establishing the peace architecture in this country, promoted and supported the Electoral Commission, all the 6 democratic elections that we've had since the 4th Republic. And so know that UNDP actually invested enough resources to transform conflict situations to situations of stability and peace. Not only that, the investment went beyond relief and stability towards peace to begin the fundamentals of recovery towards development.
Right from the word go, it was the UNDP that brought some people together to discuss about the possibility of instituting a National Peace Council. As a matter of fact, the act that was taken to Parliament for Parliament to work on it and approve of it came with a massive contribution of the UNDP. And since the establishment of the Peace Council, the UNDP has been its main partner in terms of providing financial support, moral support, technical support, and everything. So I can say boldly that the National Peace Council owes its being to the UNDP.
UNDP also supported the creation of Ghana Conflict Map in collaboration with University of Cape Coast.
Basically, the UNDP contribution to legal aid delivery
and access to justice for the poor people in this country can be summarized in these two things that they have done. Ensuring that people are able to resolve their disputes without resort to litigation, without necessarily needing lawyer services, because we don't have the lawyers, and also ensuring that even where the people are in custody and therefore requires litigation to get them out, ensuring that the system works to their benefit and not against them the way they have been doing all along.
The national staff is the backbone to the country office. And I can tell you, it's one of the finest that I've met in my career.
Sustainable Development Goals will guide our commitments and our partnerships to work together internationally and nationally on health, on education, on the environment, on human rights. These are areas that we need to work in together because success in one area will help us achieve progress in the other areas.
Because they have been a reliable partner in the past, I am very confident that they will continue to be a reliable partner in the future.
The Sustainable Development Agenda inspires UNDP and the entire UN system to work with governments to finish the job that was started 50 years ago to end extreme poverty. It's about enabling people to prosper, it's about more inclusive societies, and it's about protecting our planet.